So what is the piece of e-commerce entrepreneurial advice that I ignored from my mentor that literally cost me millions and millions of dollars? All right. By the way, I'm here in my hometown. This is the house I grew up in. After I came back from Algeria, or I came from Algeria, about 8 years old. Well, we lived in another couple of other houses, but anyways, I'm in Malden right now, Malden, Massachusetts. And before I hop in the car and go meet with some of my friends for some dinner, I want to record this video right here, okay? By the way, if you notice, all my videos are going to be pretty much just like shoot and go type of deal. You know, looking back at it, when I used to edit all the videos, plan them out, all that stuff, it would just take away from my main business, which is e-commerce. So I'm not trying to be really a YouTuber. I'm just trying to share advice and help you guys out and give back in a sense, without, you know, becoming a YouTuber. Because I'll tell you what, anybody that posts videos every single day, they're edited, super planned out. That is their main business and not what they're trying to teach you about. So who is my mentor? Okay, my mentor, Alex Muir. All right, when I met Alex Muir was actually at, I had known of him. I knew his product, which was MentorBox, which is what he was kicking off at the time with Ty Lopez. And obviously Ty's been a mentor of mine for a really long time. I used to actually watch him up here in my parents' attic for years and years and years before I finally moved out to LA and made things happen. But when I met Alex Muir was at a mastermind event, okay? And at this mastermind event, I sat down next to him and I was like, damn, I wish I could sit next to Ty, right? It was like a $5,000 a month mastermind that was, or $5,000 ticket to attend the mastermind. And that was the time when, you know, we had just kicked off our e-commerce business, right? We had done about, I think, like 200 grand that month. And so we texted Ty. I had his number from meeting him one random night in LA. Like, he was coming out of a nightclub and we were trying to go in, but we didn't really have much luck. So anyways, just happened to run into him. He's like, dude, here's my number. And I was just doing door-to-door sales at the time. So he's like, dude, here's my number. Keep me posted on your success. And so after the mastermind ended, oh, by the way, when I texted him, we were like trying to get a great deal on it. You know, us as salesmen, we're always trying to get great deals. So I was trying to get a great deal on it, and he was like, finally, like, I think it was like $10,000 a ticket, but we got it for $5K ticket, which was a steal. But the whole, you know, event, the whole mastermind was just insane. And, you know, then we went out to dinner. And so I wanted to sit next to Ty, because who doesn't? But I ended up sitting next to Alex Muir. And so at first I was a little bummed out, whatever, for like 2 minutes. Then I got over it. And I was like, okay, let me see who else is around here. Which goes to show you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. So coming to find out, it was Alex Muir and another one of his business partners. And I was sitting there and we get to know each other. I'm like, oh yeah, you do MentorBox. It's amazing. You know, oh yeah, you guys are running Facebook ads, Instagram ads. That's awesome. And he goes, okay, so what do you do? What do you and Juan do? And so we told him, you know, we do drop shipping, we do e-commerce, and, you know, we're crushing it right now. We did about 200 grand last month. He was like, no way. I was like, yes way. And then he goes, okay, go pull out your laptop. And so here I am. You know, I'm the type of person that, you know, doesn't trust everybody all the way, especially when I don't know them. But, you know, so I was a little bit hesitant on grabbing my laptop and showing our products and our Facebook ads, which is going to lead to a point that I'm going to make here in a second. Right? And so we don't want to share our product and our thing with everybody else that's in the mastermind. And so we were like, fuck it, you know what? Alex Muir is like making $1 billion, you know, he's multi-millionaire, and he could probably care less about, you know, a little trinket or whatever product we were selling. And so I go grab my laptop from Juan's trunk, come back, open a laptop, and next thing you know, he's like looking at our Facebook ads, seeing our strategy, and he's like, wow, this is insane. And, you know, everybody else in the mastermind started like gathering around us. And I know for a fact there were some people there that tried to steal our product and probably did, and probably hurt our sales. Again, this is going to lead to what I'm talking about here in a second. And so, you know, once he's seen our Facebook ads, he was like, wow, like next day I'm walking with my friends and to get some breakfast, and I get a call from him. He goes, dude, I would love to open, you know, I'd love to give you access to our MentorBox account, or give you a Facebook ad account, you know, inside of our business manager, and hopefully you can, you know, see what you could do if you could create some great results. And my first instinct was like, okay, how much am I going to charge this guy? You know, obviously this is a service that people pay for, right? Facebook ad consultants. But another part of my head was like, dude, why would you charge this guy if he can provide you with so much more value than a couple $1,000s a month? And I was like, you know what? I was like, Alex, I would love to, you know, run some Facebook ads for you and all that great stuff. One, because I really just like doing it, and two, because I enjoy it. Got my mom headed out here in a second. You headed out? Okay, I'm recording the video. Okay, bye. Yeah. And so, you know, I was like, why would I charge this guy a couple $1,000s if I know for a fact he can provide me with more value than, you know, than a couple $1,000s a month? And so I was like, Alex, I would love to do it for you and, you know, help you out and do anything I possibly can to bring you some good results. If I can call you at any point in time and ask you for business advice and you would help me out. He was like, no problem. So he sells this Facebook ad, and here we are. You know, I'm working on some of the funnels, some of the ads, you know, just building off of the amazing, you know, things that they've already done, which tends to be a lot easier than starting something completely from scratch for somebody, for like a client, which we've done before. But I always prefer to do the opposite, right? Which is to, you know, take something that's already working and make it better, or at least try to. And so with Alex, I started, you know, we started bringing him some good results. We started bringing him some, you know, lowering the cost per conversion. We started helping making the funnel convert better, all that good stuff. And I'm not talking about 100 times better, but one thing I've learned from Alex is a lot of times a 1% difference, making something perform 1% better, is can turn out into hundreds, tens of thousands of dollars, especially when you're at such a big scale, right? And so here we are. Then all of a sudden he's like, hey, Samir, how would you like to fly up to the Mentor Box offices in San Francisco and, you know, work with us for like a couple days? I'll cover your hotel. I was like, wow, we've never gotten this type of treatment before. So absolutely, man, I would love to do it. And, you know, we go up to San Francisco and here we are, right? I hadn't asked him much business advice yet. It was all about Mentor Box, all that good stuff, at least if I can remember it clearly. But after we had done some work for the day, I sat down. I was like, hey, Alex, what do you think about what we're doing? And this is what I want to share with you guys, okay? And he said right off the bat, he's like, Samir, what you're doing is easily duplicatable, okay? Drop shipping is a form of arbitrage, meaning that all you're really doing is finding these gaps in the market, right? So, you know, taking things from AliExpress, putting them on a Shopify store, running ads, and then trying to make tiny little margins. So he's like, dude, what is going to stop another 14, 15, or 60-year-old man or woman to come in and copy your ads, your product, and you know, knock off your price by $1 or $2 and beat you? But, and so I was like, dude, he is so right. You know, that was like a light bulb that went off in my head. I was like, wow, he is so right. And so that goes to show why I was insecure about, you know, or afraid of showing my ads or our ads, our, you know, our product, our store at the mastermind, because I knew in the back of my head that, you know, somebody can easily come in and just copy everything we're doing. Because quite honestly, that is what dropshipping really is, right? At least if you're listening to a lot of dropshipping videos or a lot of dropshipping tutorials, they're gonna say, step one, find a good product that is crushing it for somebody else. Step two, copy their product listing, you know, copy their ads, their ad, it's just copy, and then maybe try to make it a little bit better. And so it hit me right then and there. And I honestly, we ignored this advice, because what he said, what we should have done, all right, this is what could have made us millions of dollars, you know, up until this point. And this is what we started to do now, okay, which is actually building brands, building micro brands, okay? And so he told us, whenever you find a hot product, you need to be able to build a brand for it, okay? You need to be able to build a brand around it. And we never really got into it because, you know, I had this form of like ego. I mean, everybody has an ego, but, you know, I had this form of ego, like, oh, dude, we're making like 200 grand a month, like we're crushing it. You know, I'm sure he knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't do e-commerce. He does X, Y, and Z, right? Very stupid, very ignorant of me, and I hope you guys shouldn't be as ignorant as I was at that point. You really listen to what I'm telling you here, okay? Listen, drop shipping should be your form of product research, proving a product, okay? Because once you start making a few sales, 10, 20, 50, 100 sales of a specific product, and there is profit margins, and there is you know, there's good profits in there, then what you need to do is to start building a brand around it, okay? Because all really branding is adding a brand to the product, right? Adding your logo to the product, to your website, you know, to your ads, so that way nobody else can come in and copy your product, right? Because think about it, for our brands now, I could totally, although I don't do this just yet because we're just building these brands off of right now, right? You could show people your brand, your product, your website, and they can't copy you, right? They can't copy. They would have to get another product and then start a whole nother brand around it. And essentially, they would have to create their own brand to try to compete with you. And as obviously, right, good marketers can always dominate with value and, you know, not just try to compete on price. But with that being said, okay, what I want you to do right now to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about here in terms of micro branding and using dropshipping as just a form of testing instead of as a way of running a full-blown e-commerce business is to click the link below. All right, go check out this case study that we put out about a couple weeks ago. All right, it's going to show you step by step how to start your own e-commerce business with little to no risk. And I'm not talking about a dropshipping business, okay? Dropshipping is just no longer viable. It is not a long-term play. With the ad costs rising, with competition, you know, coming in and out every single day, it's just not feasible, or it is not a feasible way of growing a long-term, scalable, and profitable e-commerce business, all right? Now, if you want to keep chasing razor-thin margins, if you want to keep chasing trends, you know, like a chicken with its head cut off, by all means do so. That's what this world is all about. That's what America is all about, right? Freedom. So you could do that. But if you want serious profit margins, if you want something that's long-term, if you want something that is scalable and also sustainable, then I want you to go ahead and check out the case study, all right? It is literally the world of a difference, but all you got to do is just put in a little bit more effort than the 99% of drop shippers, okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna go see my friends. Love you guys so much. Hopefully you got value. If you did, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. Gang, peace out.